All right, so welcome back. Today, six current affairs spanning constitutional law, reservation policy, language politics, and defense. Let's go. So, first of all, we have topic one, which is governor bound by the cabinet advice. Now, the Supreme Court has once again affirmed that the governor is a constitutional head bound by the cabinet advice in virtually all matters. Multiple state governments, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Punjab, have faced governors who withheld bills and refused to convene sessions, and courts have consistently struck down such actions. Now, Article 163 says the governor acts on cabinet advice except where the constitution requires personal discretion. Now, this is a landmark ruling where a seven judge SC bench held that the governor is analogous to the British crown, a constitutional monarch who reigns but does not rule. Now, the SC declared 10 bills withheld by the Tamil Nadu governor as having received deemed assent. The governor cannot use the assent process as a political veto over the state legislature. Article 163 is the Council of Ministers aids and advises the governor. Governor bound by advice, except narrow discretion. Shamsher Singh, 1974, seven judge bench. Governor acts on cabinet advice in almost all matters. Nabam Rabia, governor cannot summon or prorogue assembly against cabinet advice. Tamil Nadu governor case, assent cannot be indefinitely withheld. Article 356, President's rule, imposed on governor's recommendation, checked by Bomai. Sarkaria Commission, 1983, recommended governors be non-political, senior neutral persons. Then we have the Women's Reservation Act, 106th Amendment. The 106th Constitutional Amendment, Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam, passed in September 2023 with near unanimous support. It reserves one third of Lok Sabha and State Assembly seats for women, but a built in condition ties implementation to a fresh census and delimitation, meaning the earliest it can apply is the 2034 general election. The amendment inserts Articles 330A and 332A, reserving one third of seats, including within SC and ST reserved seats, proportionally. This is the critical provision. India's last census was 2011. The 2021 census is still pending. Even if conducted in 2027, delimitation will take 2 to 3 more years. The 27-year gap from 1996 first bill to 2023 passage reflects concentrated opposition from OBC identity parties and male incumbents, both groups who benefit from non implementation. Article 330A is the new provision, one third Lok Sabha seats reserved for women. Article 332A is the same reservation in state legislative assemblies. Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam is the formal name of the 106th Amendment Act. Delimitation is the redrawing of constituency boundaries required before reservation activates. 106th Constitutional Amendment is the September 2023 presidential assent, September 29, and the OBC sub-quota demand for separate quota for OBC women within the 33%, not included in the Act. Then we have the Muslim reservation in OBC, constitutional question. Several states, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, have reserved a portion of OBC seats for Muslim communities on grounds of socioeconomic backwardness. Now, these are being challenged before the Supreme Court, which is examining whether religion can be a basis for subclassification within OBC reservation. The nine judge Indrasani bench explicitly held this: no entire religious community can be declared a backward class. The 2006 Sachar Committee found Muslim representation in IAS IPS under 5% against a 14% population share, and literacy and income levels below national OBC averages in several states. The 2024 Patti ruling established that states can subclassify OBCs into subgroups for better targeting. Article 16 permits reservation for backward classes not adequately represented in state services. Indrasani, 9 judge bench, 27% OBC upheld, 50% ceiling, religion not a standard, religion not a standalone basis. Such a committee documented Muslim socio-economic backwardness, 50% ceiling. Indrasani's limit on total reservations, any Muslim quota comes from within existing 27% OBC. Patti ruling. States can subclassify OBC into subgroups for proportional distribution, and creamy layer is OBC exclusion. Those who have achieved social advancement applies to any Muslim OBC subquota too. Then the next topic, which is three language formula, NEP 2020 and Tamil Nadu's resistance. Now, Tamil Nadu's ongoing resistance to the three language formula and the centre's linkage of education funding to NEP compliance has reignited the historic debate over language policy in India. Tamil Nadu has maintained a two language policy since 1968 and shows no sign of changing. The NEP, the NPE 1968 formula requires Hindi speaking states to learn a modern Indian language, preferably from southern India. But in practice, UP, Bihar, and MP teach Sanskrit or Urdu as the third language, not Tamil or Telugu. Now, this asymmetry is the core of Tamil Nadu's objection. The formula is a Hindi acquisition program for non Hindi speakers with no reciprocal obligation. Tamil Nadu formally adopted Tamil plus English as its two language policy in response to NPE 1968 and has maintained it through every government regardless of party. The final NEP 2020 text, after an initial leaked draft, appeared to mandate Hindi in non-Hindi states, uses flexible states choose their three languages. But Tamil Nadu argues economic and institutional incentives still push Hindi, and central funding conditionalities create indirect pressure. Article 343 is Hindi in Devanagari is the union's official language. NPE 1968 three language formula is all students learn regional language, Hindi and English. Asymmetrically applied. Anti Hindi Agitation 1965 is the 70 plus deaths in Tamil Nadu led to Official Languages Act 1967 retaining English indefinitely. Official Languages Act 1967 is English to continue as associate official language alongside Hindi. Then NEP 2020 is the flexible three language formula, mother tongue preferred as medium till grade 5. And 8th schedule is list 22 scheduled languages, 6 classical languages separately recognized. Then we have the India's defense exports, 21,083 crore record. Now, India's defense exports reached 21,083 crore in fiscal year 2024-25, a record high and a 30-fold increase from 6,086 crore in fiscal year 2013 to 14. The BrahMos Philippines deal, Pinaka rockets to Armenia, and ammunition and electronics exports are the primary drivers. The government is 50,000. The government target is 50,000 crore by 2028-2029. Now 30x growth. This growth reflects the Make in India defense push, DAP 2020's procurement hierarchy favoring Indian industry, the IDEX startup ecosystem, and the private sector entry. The 2958 crore deal for three shore based anti ship missile batteries for the Philippine Navy was the India's first BrahMos export. Strategically significant, BrahMos exports to a South China Sea claimant strengthen India's Indo Pacific positioning. Four PILs issued since 2020 create guaranteed domestic demand by banning listed items from import artillery, helicopters, sonar, missile systems. This forces domestic manufacturing investment by making India the only buyer available. BrahMos, Indo Russian supersonic cruise missile, Mach 2.8 to 3, first export to Philippines 2958 crore. Positive indigenization list, PIL, items banned from import, must be sourced domestically, 509 plus items. DAP 2020, Defense Acquisition Procedure, prioritizes Indian IDDM, indigenously designed, developed, manufactured. IDEX is the innovation for defense excellence, defense startup grants and procurements, defense export promotion policy. It streamlines export clearances and enables G2G defense deals. DRDO, HAL, BEL is the Defense Research and Development Organization. Hindustan Aeronautics, Bharat Electronics. And then we have the Tejas LCA MK1A, delivery delays and Kaveri engine gap. Now, HAL's delivery of Tejas LCA MK1A aircraft, 83 ordered in 2021, for 46,898 crores is running 2 to 3 years behind the schedule. HAL's current production rate of approximately 8 aircraft per year falls short of the 16 year needed. The GEF 404 engine supply and the HAL's manufacturing capacity are the primary constraints. Now, IAF at 31 squadrons versus sanctioned 42, the critical gap. India's Air Force is sanctioned for 42 fighter squadrons for a two-front war capability, but currently operates approximately at 31. As MiG-21s retire, Tejas Mk1A is the primary replacement. HAL is simultaneously managing Tejas production, helicopter programs, MRO work, and Mk2 development. Scaling to 16 aircraft per year requires tooling investment, trained workforce, and supply chain expansion. A manufacturing capability problem, not just a resource one. The Kaveri engine program, initiated in 1989, costing over 2839 crores, failed to achieve the required thrust for a frontline fighter and was decoupled from Tejas in 2008. Tejas now flies on the American GE F404, meaning US export approvals are required for each procurement, a strategic vulnerability the Kaveri program was designed to eliminate. Tejas LCA, which is the Light Combat Aircraft, 83 aircraft order, HAL manufactured. GE F404 IN-20, American turbofan engine powering Tejas, requires US export approval. Kaveri engine is the indigenous jet engine program, initiated 1989, decoupled from Tejas in 2008, and never powered manned fighter. HAL is Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, manufactured Tejas, Dhruv ALH, LCH, State DPSU, and AMCA is the Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft, India's planned fifth generation stealth fighter, first flight in 2032 to 2035. ADA is the Aeronautical Development Agency, DRDO body, designed Tejas and is designing AMCA. So, six topics: governor, women's reservation, Muslim OBC, language formula, defense exports, Tejas. So, stay consistent. See you tomorrow.